Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Today I'm out in the driveway and we are just going to do a quick basic service on this 2016 Town & Country. It is almost 70 degrees right now and there's snow on the ground. So yeah, we're in the middle of winter. Just came out of a really nasty snowstorm and now everything's melting off. So I'm using the warm weather as an excuse to get caught up on some basic stuff. So this is about 100 miles overdue for an oil change, so we're going to knock that out real quick. This will apply to just about anything made by Chrysler, Ram, some Jeep stuff that runs the 3.6 Pentastar. They're all the same, so I will go over the basics of it. It's really simple. I will make some suggestions along the way as well. So yeah, let's get right into it. For this job, you're going to need a 13mm socket for the drain plug. If you have not changed it recently, go on and pick up a gasket for the drain plug as well. A 24mm socket or adjustable wrench for the oil filter housing. Oil filter, Mopar number MO349. You can get these by the case or half case off Rock Auto, fairly cheap. I'll leave links in the video description. And 6 quarts of your preference of 530 or 520 synthetic oil. This is cheap Kirkland stuff, 530. I have it here in bulk, so that's what I use. But yeah, that's all you'll need. Now, my first and most important suggestion out of this whole thing, if you don't take anything else away from this video, take this away from it. The factory oil change interval on these things is 10,000 miles. That's when the light comes on. And that's absurd. Let me just show you here. These are the factory oil filter elements for this thing. See how small this is? You know, tiny little thing, little paper element. The filter in my truck, for instance, holds 1.5 quarts of oil. And it has 5,000 mile oil change interval on it. And that's running 1540. Don't run these engines 10,000 miles between oil changes. That's just asking for trouble in no time. It'll get you past the warranty period, and that was the intention of the manufacturer. So change your oil every 3 to 5K, just like anything else from years past. Do it that way, it's going to last a lot longer. Factory suggested oil weight in this thing is a 520. You can run 520 in it. I don't. I run 530 in it because that's what I have a large quantity of. This day we're going to be running some Kirkland full synthetic, nothing fancy. It is Dexos GM rated, Dexos 1. It's a relatively good oil for what it is, and it's got, you know, we're changing it every 5K. We're not doing extended oil change intervals and crap like that. So just about anything will work as long as it's the right weight, synthetic, you're good. Oil filter on this thing is up top under this plastic cap. I'm sure most of you know. So it's just a cartridge style. I run the Mopar OEM filters because you can get these really cheap by the case. I buy a half case at a time, stash them in the garage, and when I get low, I buy another half case. But yeah, we'll get right into it. Like I said, real basic, nothing fancy today. So let's get at it. Got 13 mil on the pan. Now, I did let this thing warm up beforehand, and we're just gonna let it drain down a good bit. Won't take long at all. While that's draining down there, move on back up top. We got a 24mm socket. You can use an adjustable wrench or what have you, but I've got the socket handy, so I'm going to use it. And yes, this is on a 1/2-inch ratchet, but it does not take a 1/2-inch ratchet to loosen or tighten this thing up. Keep in mind, it's just a plastic cap. It doesn't take a whole heck of a lot to break it, so be very careful. It does have a torque spec actually on the cap. I believe it's 25.5 Newton meter. When we put it back on, we just snug it up until it seats. Nothing crazy, but I'll go on and get this out of here. We'll get the filter changed. And grab a rag, come down here with it so you can get underneath this filter as you bring it up. And yeah, there's our filter element. Not a whole lot to it. Grab a hold of it, pop it out of the cap. And there we are. Here's our cap. There's an O-ring on the cap that we replace. Comes with the filter. Small flat tip screwdriver. Off with the old O-ring. New O-ring. You can roll this on. It's not going to hurt anything. Just make sure once it's down in place that it's not rolled or anything like that. And then go on and take some of the oil off this cap. Run around that O-ring real good. Be sure to wipe up any oil you've done spilled, making a mess. Then go on and pop the new filter element in the cap, like so. You do have another O-ring down here, so again, put a little bit of oil on that, and this is ready to go back in. Now, spin it down as far as you can by hand. Then get on it with your wrench, ratchet, whatever you're using. And go until the cap bottoms out. You will feel it. See it stop? A little more. That's it. Don't bear down on it. There's no need for it. The O-ring is providing the seal. The torque on the cap isn't doing anything. So don't over tighten the cap. But good to go up here. Go on and wipe up the mess a little bit. And we'll get down underneath and put our drain plug back in. Now, I do not change the O-ring with a little gasket on the drain plug every oil change. I do it every other oil change, and I changed it the last time. It's never really caused me any issues, so you do with that information what you will. I'm adding some weed killer to my driveway here. That's fine. We don't worry about that. This engine holds more than 5 quarts of oil. We're going to go on and just put 5 quarts in it, get it off the jack, get the oil drain pan out from underneath it, start it, let it run for a few minutes, get oil circulating and all that good stuff. Then we'll check it and top it off. Yeah, I change the oil on this thing at every 5K and 10K intervals. The oil change indicator comes on at 10,000 mile intervals. So it came on at 150,000. Last time I changed this was at 145. So yeah, I don't reset the oil life until it comes on. So every 2 oil changes, it gives me a reminder. But yeah, go on and put the key in, turn it to the run position, and we're gonna press the gas pedal to the floor and up, to the floor and up, to the floor and up, and key off. And that should clear our message. I'm going to start it up. Let it run for just a second here. Yeah, no more messages, so that cleared our indicator. We'll go on into the info. Okay, 85 pounds of oil pressure, which the oil is cold, keep in mind. It says 113 degrees, but that's not accurate. The oil just came out of the bottle. So we're gonna let it run for just a minute, and then we are going to check our oil and get it topped off, and should be good to go. Now, I had the oil cap on it. I just took it off, put the funnel back in. I'm going to go and pull this out, wipe it off, and see where we're at with 5 quarts in it. We are just below the safe mark. So I'm gonna go on, add a bit more. Approximately a quart there. And we are now at the top of the safe mark. So 6 quarts. And there we have it. About a 10-minute job to get it knocked out. Once you have everything out, which I'm gonna go on and put together a little list at the front of this video, which you'll already have seen, of everything you need to make it easy on you. But yeah, save yourself some money, change your own oil. It's really easy. With that said, if you've got any comments, complaints, questions, drop them in the comment section below. If you would, hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out quite a bit and doesn't cost you anything. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching.